Hi there, and I'm back. The last time you saw me do the Criterion list, basically some stuff that's coming over the next couple months. And today I have an update for you. It's a pretty big update. We got Blu-rays there, we got DVDs, we got steelbooks, we got complete series, we got box sets, 25 titles in this haul actually over the last few days. We'll talk about them right after this. Hey there, so I picked up a couple things this week actually, but a lot of this was actually donated to me by a good friend of mine, Jason, who's actually pretty much clearing out his closets of a lot of his DVDs and some of his Blu-rays as well, because he's pretty much got everything that he's got streaming and that, and he wanted some extra room in his place. So a lot of stuff's coming from there. Some stuff is coming from stuff that I bought. So let's just get right to it. And there's a lot of it. Some stuff's not even open, like the first one right here. So this is a Stephen King movie that I actually remembered like really liking, but never actually owning. And that's Apt Pupil with, of course, Ian McKellen and I think it's Brad Renfro and Bryan Singer with Ian McKellen before X-Men. Okay, I really did like Apt Pupil. There was like there's kind of another version of this that they did that with the different. It's not on here, but it's kind of like different type of ending type thing. There's like a making a featurette, so maybe we'll talk about that as well. Like there's a different way they were going to go with the film. Uh, you remember that Pupil Hint?
Yeah.
It's a really, really good movie. You haven't seen it. And Brad Renfro is extremely chilling in this film. He's very creepy. You think that he basically got this like newspaper boy that befriends this older man and finds out he was a member of the Nazi party, and you kind of think like the man is going to be kind of the Nazi's going to be the one, and then things turn. And the way they do many Stephen King novels, and it's really, really good. Next up is one that I do want to get the Blu-ray of from Scream Factory or maybe the English one. I'm not sure which. I got to check out and see which one's best down the road. But I had this one here, and I could not pass this up. I want to watch this one actually soon. Probably watch this one with my better half because it's one of the type of like horror movies that she actually would watch. That is Ghost Story with Fred Astaire. We got great older cast: Melvin Douglas, Douglas Fairbanks Jr. on this one. We got John Houseman here. Um, it just has an amazing cast. Craig Watson's in this. If you've seen this movie, then you remember the opening because I saw this in theater, and people walked out at the opening of the film with the big scare at the beginning. Yeah, some people freaked out. Next up, I have the first one, Dracula 2000. So got a chance to grab the other two, and I don't know if I've seen all these or not. I think I may have, but I don't remember them very well. And that is Dracula 2 Ascension, which apparently is the weakest of the three, and the one they said would do it on a higher point with Dracula 3 Legacy. And the comical thing with this is that this is actually Rutger Hauer over here, one of my favorite actors. I really love Rutger Hauer, but in that picture there, tell me he does not look like Grandpa Munster. I literally thought, okay, maybe the Al Lewis, the guy that plays Grandpa Munster, is actually in the movie. It kind of like it's a vampire movie, made kind of a cameo type thing, kind of a wink or a nod. So I was looking for him in the cast credits, and I even went on IMDb to look for him. So he's not there, but that's Al Lewis right there. But no, it's it's actually Rutger Hauer. So whoops, I got some really very, very cool stuff coming up here. So next one I picked up basically just for collecting purposes because I collect anchor-based stuff. I don't know if I'll ever watch this movie. I'll probably watch it sometime for cheesiness. I was going to say I was going to watch with Matt, and maybe I will. So Matthew has moved to Ontario. He's actually on a plane actually right now, going up there to meet his girlfriend Jenny, and they're and to start is like get ready for film school this fall. So I miss him a lot, but I'm really super proud of him. He's going to do, sure he's going to do fantastic, amazing things that I'm going to be so jealous of. And usually when I see a movie like this bad, I think, okay, this is something me and Matthew are going to suffer through. So who knows, maybe through a Google Hangout or something like that, we'll suffer through it together, or maybe we'll do like a commentary type of thing. I don't know, though. This is pretty bad. But, just have the Anchor Bay with the original logo and stuff. I got They did to Contagium. Is Contagium even a word? Contagium. Have you heard the word? I've heard contagions. Contagium. I think they just swung that word. Just like I think it might be a word. Next one I grabbed up was a favorite of mine, and this is one I love to see a really special edition Blu-ray of. It's the only kind of one it's the out of all the C ones, this is the one I really, really, really want to see a Blu-ray done of, and they haven't done it. That is Deep Star 6. So, great little film of Sean is coming out. Next up was a huge shocker for me to find this one, and I couldn't believe we had it. If you want, look at my Instagram, you've already seen this, but it is Stephen King's The Stand. This is the original Artesian release. It was done twice. It was done as a flipper disc, which was horrible for getting scratched, and then they put out this 2-disc edition like that. Now, those 2 editions have the exact same features, got the same cut of the film. That was put out later on with 2 other Stephen King films, like The Langoliers and something else. But that was a much more cut version of it. This is actually a more complete version of the film, and I've wanted this one for a while. And this one actually has a commentary on here and I'm making. It's got a bunch of features. The commentary, for instance, is not on the newer edition. So if you've bought The Stand recently and it's not the Artesian edition, you are missing the commentary. That's one of the big things that I wanted for this. That, and I just really wanted The Stand. Next up, I have the 2 actually kind of a serial killer style movies, detective ones. I'm sure Hind has seen these, and they're the Crimson River films. But I don't know if I've seen both of them, so I'd love to see these. Jean Reno and Vincent Cassel.
It's the first serial killer French movie following the American model.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so the first serial killer French movie that kind of followed the American model, which is kind of cool. So there's 2 of them, actually. There's that one, and of course there's Crimson River's Angel of the Apocalypse. Again, there's Jean Reno and Vincent Cassel. Both very, very big actors over in France. Cassel hasn't been as big over here. Like he's done some stuff, but I don't think he's as big in superstardom as he is over there. Like he was huge, even as a younger actor over there, and he's become bigger over here, but not in the way that he should have, because he is a really good actor. Next up is one that I saw as a kid, and I really liked it.
He was married to Monica Bellucci.
Vincent Cassel was married to Monica Bellucci. Oh, is that why they're in Irreversible together?
Yep.
He's married to Monica Bellucci. Vincent Cassel.
And they're still married.
Is one is a guy that a lot of French guys, I'm sure, wish they were. She is a very beautiful woman, and she aged very well. Enemy Mine, Dennis Quaid, Louis Gossett Jr. I love this movie, actually. You only basically have 2 actors for most of this film, and it doesn't bore you. Doesn't honestly, this movie should not bore anyone. This is an amazing film. Check yourself if this movie doesn't get you. It doesn't cheer you up kind of at the end of it, because it's just an incredibly, incredibly well done movie. I wonder who directed this one. I don't remember right now. Wolfgang Peterson. Actually, Wolfgang Peterson directed this. Makes sense. Next up is a regular one, but I didn't have the DVD of it. I don't think I got the Blu-ray of it either. So it's good to finally have this one. It's just a Schwarzenegger film, but one of my favorite Schwarzenegger films of all time. That is Commando. This is just all action, huge body count. Love this movie. It's yeah, right on Chinese. This is a young, what's her name? Alicia Milano, right? Alicia Milano plays his daughter. Yeah, because she's the one who gets kidnapped. Oh yeah, that's her in the back. She's only young there. Before you guys could lust after her. Before she became Charmed and Lustworth and stuff. Also, I grabbed this one. I have no idea anything about this one here. It's an anime done by the director of Ghost in the Shell, and that is Assault Girls. I haven't seen it. It looked really good. He had it there, and I do like some of the stuff, so I grabbed that up. The next one's really horrible, horrible film. But I have the rest of them. And at one point, I had this one, but I kind of got rid of it. So I'm a completist. And this ever comes out on Blu-ray. It's a horrible movie, but I would buy the Blu-ray if it came out on special edition. and it's really a shitty movie. I'm not even gonna remotely lie there. The actress that was in the original comes back for this one, but they completely waste her and don't use her almost at all in the film. And well, let's just say the movie first. It's Return to Sleepaway Camp. There's some pretty bad acting in this film. Now, in the original Sleepaway Camp, we had Felissa Rose, who played, of course, Angela Baker. Uh, Felissa Rose is rarely seen in this film as Felissa Rose. Now, the one thing you should know, if you haven't followed or seen her in any of the other films, Felissa Rose went from awkward, like, teenage Angela Baker to a very, very beautiful woman. She grew up to be a very, voluptuously beautiful woman, and that is not at all on display in this film. Maybe because of what they're going with. I know they're going to do another one, but you remember this one? The lead character, the one that they're trying to make you think is the killer, is the next Angela, is not a likable character. I don't know the actor, like what he's like personally or anything like that, but he just doesn't do it. And I don't know if it's his fault or if it's just the script or the direction, because there's a lot of faulty stuff. You know what one place where this does kind of shine? The kills. The kills in this movie are actually pretty good. And here's the thing, though. If you have like some decent kills, like there's a bed spike kill on it, that's actually pretty cool. But it's put in a movie that's so badly written and acted that there's really, like, back in the day, there was times that you could say, oh yeah, I can watch this movie for the kills. But these characters are so unlikable that's not enough. It doesn't do it. You can't go on kills alone anymore, especially not nowadays. Speaking on ones that I found fun that were considered fairly cheesy back in the day, the slasher kind of like, there's a comedic aspect to it too, and that is Cheerleader Camp with Betsy Russell. Most people know Betsy Russell because anytime that somebody else didn't want to do a nude scene in the film, they'd get Betsy Russell because she would like do it. When Phoebe Cates said, okay, no, I'm not going to do a nude scene, that was okay to get Betsy Russell. When somebody else said, and the thing is, Betsy Russell isn't just good for the nude scenes, she's actually a bad actress either. And she does really good jobs in these films here. So you can see her in the back there. I hate my screen going to black. So this one is the original Anchor Bay edition. We got like an audio commentary here with the director and producer, theatrical trailers. We got alternate title sequence. Probably the Bloody Pom Poms title uses that one under. Next three I got are three of the Horror Fest titles, and I have The Hamiltons. Spoiler alert for anybody that hasn't seen this, but it's a very unusual vampire film. I liked it. Next up is one done by the guy that did The Grudge, and this is one we might be able to watch together actually. Reincarnation. It's kind of like a ghost, like Asian ghost story type one. She said she'll totally watch that with me. And cheesy slasher one, actually a very cheesy one, had the girl from, or most people know her, the hot character from Sopranos, the daughter, in it, and Dark Ride. So I think her name is Jamie Siegler. Jamie Lynn Siegler, yeah. She's in this. I actually want to watch this one again soon. I've seen this one. I think me and Matthew watched this one a long time ago, and it's one that I do want to review again, like watch it over and check it again. I love the cheesy slashback, kind of like the throwback slashers. And this is what this is. It's just a really like cool little slasher film. And I love slasher films. They make me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Next up is a Blu-ray, so we're getting some of the Blu-ray stuff I got, and this one is Sucker Punch. It is the Zack Snyder film. Is it his best film? No, not his best film. Haven't seen this one since like way early on, and when I saw it, I was like kind of sleepy, so I don't really remember the film at all. So I'll kind of be going into this one new, and I want to be able to give it like a chance and see how it does. But there's a lot of action. It's a very beautiful looking film. I remember that part of it. I don't remember the film very well at all, but I remember that it was gorgeous. The film like itself was like a gorgeous film. And okay, if any of you guys are gamers, do you think of like BioShock when you see this cover? Because look at that. Doesn't that remind you of Big Daddy? Like, I'm thinking Bioshock when I look at that cover. Next up is one I'm very excited to have. Very, very excited to have. I've been looking for this and haven't been able to find it around. And it is the animated collection, the complete series, all 3 seasons, plus a bonus disc, 10th anniversary signature edition, right? Spawn. And I love Spawn. I was a huge fan. I collected the original Spawn comics. Don't have them anymore, unfortunately. But I do have to open up this one to show you guys. So we have the 4 discs. Each disc is each of the first 3 discs is a season, and the 4th disc is a kind of just bonus features. So it'll be interesting to like to check that out. I really do want to rewatch Spawn. I know I saw the first season and a half at least, but I think around that time I didn't have cable and had a little kid, so I didn't get to watch it. Did you see all Spawn? Series? It's a really good, and it's a really, really good series. Unlike the movie, which wasn't that good, this actually is really good. Next up, here we go. I have some Doctor Who to show you guys as well here, guys. So first up, I have, as you guys know, I have the the thin case version of the beginning. I actually got it from my better half on my birthday, and we watched it. We sat down on my birthday and we watched the first Doctor Who episode ever. All of us together and like enjoyed it. But we thought, man, Doctor Who was really dark. He's gonna kill that caveman and stuff. So originally it was in like a box set. Like there was like a, and not like the thin case. It was actually an original like Doctor Who box set. So a guy on Kijiji was selling off 2 Doctor Who box sets for $10 altogether. So and one of them was actually the beginning. So I could not pass up this, even though I had the thin case one. But the some of the on the thin case one the discs are well, the discs are all there, but the titles are put on the wrong disc. But we got it here. So we have, of course, The Unearthly Child, and just some great stuff. We got like audio commentary, 40-minute pod episode, unedited studio recording, production notes, photo galleries. And if you've never seen An Unearthly Child, I really do recommend it. This is actually a really good Doctor Who episode. And next, 2 more. We have the first appearance of the Daleks and the very trippy, very cool, very underrated The Edge of Destruction, which is my favorite story on these discs here. And we have some cool features on here. Audio commentaries are on here. Creation of the Daleks, Doctor Who Origins, Over the Edge, Inside the Spaceship. Also, the 30-minute condensed version of the last 7-part story of Marco Polo is on here. One here my better half will get a kick out of is the Edge of Destruction. Episode 2 has an Arabic soundtrack. Over in the Middle East, the Doctor Who was extremely popular. So when they find a lot of these lost episodes, it's usually over in Europe or the Middle East that a lot of these episodes are coming from. It's a lot of them aren't coming from like some dude in London. There's a bunch of them that are coming over because they were cheap to buy and they became very popular over. And they're popular over your way too, right? Yeah. My better half, she's from Morocco, and they were really popular over there as well. Doctor Who was like would have been something that they would have seen probably, and would have seen it more readily than we over here in North America would have. Even though I think CBC at one point, at least in the new series, helped to fund the series to get it back on track. So yeah, there's a ton of features on here: photo galleries, production notes, and as always, Easter eggs to find. So I'm very excited to have that one. Even though I do have a slim case, I wanted the original. I love to have the originals on all these. I've only got a few more Doctor Who sets to get, and hopefully, if I can like save up some money, I'll just like go and I'll just get the last couple that I got to get. They did have a big Doctor Who sale on recently, like 2 for £10 and like 3 for 20 and all that stuff. But not everything was there. But stuff like Survival that I really need was the last Doctor Who story, and I love it. And I love the last, the final words that Doctor Who says. And I just worth checking that anyway. So I also grabbed Lost in Time. I'm very excited about this one, actually. I'm really excited about Lost in Time. This has all the, and when this was done, like a couple of these stories had episodes that were found later, and they put out like complete, like the story's complete, or like as complete as they could in their own like special limited editions. But a lot of these here were like had episodes that they were just episodes. Nobody thought they'd ever find any more of them. Rather than like basically have these stories just like never be shown, or these episodes never be shown. They took a box set and they took all those lost like William Hartnell and Patrick Troughton episodes that they could find, and put them together on in a 3-disc set. I think it's 3 discs. Yeah, 3 discs. So, see, there's a ton of features on here. We're gonna look at it. So first off, we have Lost in Time with the William Hartnell episodes, collection of rare episodes, and we have on this. There's a ton of stuff. We got audio commentaries on a bunch of these with Julian Glover, Peter Purves, Kevin Stoney. We got narrative links for The Crusade on here. Episodes 2 and 4 audio for The Crusade, surviving footage from Dalek's Master Plan, The Smugglers, and the 10th Planet. And this one's that one's the 1-disc one. And if you have Doctor Who at all, then you're going to know some of this stuff. And just some really great stuff. We got stories on Earth Crusades, Dalek's Master Plans, Celestial Timemaker, Underwater Menace, which we get to actually later, Moon-based Faceless Ones, Evil Daleks, Abominable Snowman, the Enemy of the World, Web of Fear, The Wheel in Space, and Space Pirates. As you know, Enemy of the World and Web of Fear were found recently, and the last one that he found were episodes for Underwater Menace, which was the last release that is probably going to come out for Doctor Who, because all the episodes that are done are done. There's been nothing else that's been found, so there's nothing else to remaster. And it's been a few years, actually. I think it's been a couple years since the last release. There's a space in between. So next up is the Patrick Troughton one, and this one is the 2-disc one. This one has a bunch of stuff on it. We got stuff like the Underwater Menace, Moon-based Fearless Ones, Evil Daleks. So, yeah, it's just a ton of stuff. Space Pirates, audio commentary by actor Deborah Walton, director, story editor, episode 1 and 3. Got audio for the Moon-base. The Missing Years, a 50-minute feature on the last episodes. I haven't watched that. I really like to watch the documentary. Actually, I might watch that tonight. I'm waiting for my son to call and to get in. Justin, again, this is a 2-disc set. It's got the little hobo himself, Doctor Who. So I was really excited to get this here. This is the one I really wanted for. If he was going to be, I wanted the beginning because I already had it, but I wanted the original edition. So also one more Doctor Who. I grabbed the latest and supposedly, so far as we know right now, the last Doctor Who release that is coming out, and that is the Underwater Menace. That actually has a documentary on as well that I want to watch. We got a commentary on here. We got a Fishy Tale, which I actually want to watch as a making of the story. The television center of the universe, part 2, which I want to see. There's a ton of stuff I want to watch. I love these Doctor Who documentaries. They're really, really good. So, next up is one DVD that I picked up at the flea market last week. And there's a bunch of stuff there. I missed out on one thing through my own stupid fault. And I'm really disappointed because it's one that I really wanted. That's Best Worst Movie. That's the documentary for Troll 2. Now, if you bought the Shout Factory, Scream Factory edition of Troll 2 from them, you got it was put in, the disc was put in as a kind of a bonus. Guys, I will buy Troll and Troll 2 because I want the features for Troll 1. I want to own the movie there. I actually do have Troll 2 on Blu-ray because I won it from my good friend Lauren in a contest. And Lauren, like me, is a dad, so happy Father's Day to Lauren and James and all those other dads out there. So happy early Father's Day, guys. But I'm glad to have it like this with the actual case, with the cool green case and the artwork. That's one of the reasons I didn't buy the Troll thing. A lot of people pre-ordered it and said, "Oh, I want to get the documentary." I wanted it, but I wanted this. I really did want this. It's it's silly, maybe just want it for the case, but I really did kind of want that. In my bag there should be one more, right beside you. Should be a DVD in there. So I forgot that one. Also one that I had bought a while back, but I'd forgotten about, is one of the BCI collections. So this is a rarity. This one actually is from a company that isn't around anymore, and it has 8 movies, and some of these are actually really fun. So it's the School Days 8 movie collection. So it's got My Tutor, which is a fantastic film. I actually missed out on the Scorpion release of Blu-ray of My Tutor last week, and I'm still kicking myself. It was stupid of me. Needless to say, tomorrow the flea market is coming, and we are going to be there when the flea market opens up. My Chauffeur, which is another fantastic film. Hunk, one of my favorite movies of all time. I don't know what it is about the movie, but I really like it. Deborah Shelton is in it. It's just a really fun film. It's kind of like this geeky, kind of like guy who's going to the beach in the summer, and he gets like Satan, as in James Coco, and Deborah Shelton kind of come to him, and they basically persuade him to to do this kind of awesome Jekyll and Hyde thing, where he turns into this hunk, like actually into this like big buff blonde guy. But the thing is that Hunk is not a mean guy. Unlike where Jekyll and Hyde, Hyde's a mean character. Hunk is not mean, and but things do happen, and it's a fun film. It's a really fun film, and for some reason, it's just something that's really stuck with me. And speaking of Betsy Russell, I've got Tomboy here, which is a really good film. Jocks is a fun film. Since their Weekend Past, the Pom Pom Girls, and the Van. So, yeah, overall, this has some great stuff on it. It'll be interesting, like, to watch this, see what the quality's like on some of this stuff here. Because they have some like some really great actors, some real great stuff, and these are movies I grew up with, so glad to have it. So next two are Blu-rays, guys. Final two, so that's 26 titles, not 25. So somebody asked me when I picked up a White Lightning, which is a very fun Burt Reynolds film. I still got to sit down and watch that one. I haven't seen it since I was a kid. And White Lightning was like kind of when he was doing like this whole like rash like action type movies. Followed up with Gator a couple years later and stuff like that. He did like movies, and then of course there's Smoking Bandit movies and all that stuff. But somebody asked me if this movie was worth getting, and I think this should answer your question. I went up and picked it up, partially because you reminded me of the film, and I remembered how much I liked it. And so thank you. I can't remember who said that right now, but because I'm way behind on my commenting and getting back to people, and I apologize for that. But with my son having gone away, things have been kind of busy here. So if you've messaged me on Facebook or you messaged me through there and haven't got back to you yet, I apologize. But I don't spend a lot of time on Facebook Messenger, so I don't use that a lot. But yeah, I do really kind of try to respond to all the comments here because I really, really, really appreciate everybody that comments and shares and likes the videos. That means a lot to me. So the movie, by the way, is Sharky's Machine. I really, really dug this movie. Roger Ebert actually really dug this movie. I'm not going to let this thing go black again because I hate when it does that. Sharky's Machine is a really fun film. It's kind of like Burt Reynolds being like almost like kind of a Dirty Harry type of thing, with a bit of film noir aspect to it. In some ways, so it's got to be the best American film noir since Body Heat. Andrew Sarris from The Village Voice. And Sarris is actually one of the more known guys. So yeah. So the finally have Sharky's Machine on Blu-ray. So yes, for who asked me this, yes, Sharky's Machine is definitely worth getting. I highly recommend it. There are no features on this one here, but to have this movie at all in my collection, it's one that I've wanted for a long time. I really do like this Burt Reynolds film, and I recommend it. I highly, highly recommend the film. Next up, I have a Draft House release, and these things are super expensive here. So to find like a Draft House release for like $5 on Blu-ray was super exciting, and it's one of the newer ones. One that I like. It's got Pat Healy, Sarah Paxton, Ethan Embry, and David Koechner in it. If you don't know what it is yet, you should, because actually it's a really fun film, and it is cheap thrills. So if you haven't seen this film, it really is worth checking out. There's like some cool special features on there. There's like a 45-minute making of, audio commentary. You got Fantastic Fest, cheap thrills basically out there. We got a 16-page booklet because deep have booklets with these here, and so you get like this kind of cool booklet with different with writing up on here and kind of just cool stuff. If you haven't seen Cheap Thrills, it really is a fun little film to check out. Now they always put they show an alternate cover, but it's kind of like do a kind of like art type thing. So this one here's the alternate cover for Cheap Thrills. Yeah, I really do dig that. That's really kind of cool. So I got to get my better half to watch this one. Actually, it's kind of even though it's shown as part of like the horror fest for here in St. John's, it's actually sort of a dark comedy, is what it really is. some people that are kind of down on the luck meet up on a guy with basically a, a briefcase full of cash, and give him, like, do this for money, and it escalates and escalates and escalates until, well, it gets to the spot where it gets to. So there we go. That is 26. We got some box sets, some rare stuff like the stand there. We got some DVDs, some Blu-rays, some steelbooks, complete series like Spawn, some awesome Doctor Who stuff to have, which I think I might actually, after I get off this phone, I might just check out one of the Doctor Who documentaries. So thank you guys for watching. For me right now, you know what time it is. It's time for tea. Hey there, and thank you guys for still watching if you're still here. This is my cat Smokey, who you sometimes see in the videos. This is her tail anyway. You can kind of see her head right here. So I was going to do kind of a comic thing, and like I do like a lot here, but I thought a nice relaxing petting Smokey, and also kind of looking like a James Bond Dr. Cloud-type villain would be the way to go. So for any of you guys that stayed around, this is my kitty cat. Well, one of my 5 kitty cats, but it's the one that's always in this room here with me. If you hear any scratching or me yelling at a cat, that's the cat I'm yelling at. You're cutie, aren't you? Yes, you are. Thanks for watching, guys. Smokey says hi, and for her, it's probably time for water and milk, but for me, it's time for tea.